Good evening, one and all, and thanks for stopping by here at Linglestown Gazette Live, a live broadcast from the, we'll say, secret location of the news shed. I did share with someone the news shed, what it looks like. I sent it to Kirby. Kirby Lentz got a look at it. Very few people know where this is. They have very little idea what it's all about, but there is a news shed in Linglestown, and let's see. I'm going to get this blue line off. Before we really launch into the show, those who are new, some of you may wonder why in the world I wear this hat, this crazy hat. I think I spent $12 on it on Amazon, and it's supposed to be a fedora. I know at $12, it's not going to be the greatest hat, but I'm cheap. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it, and back in the 40s, maybe 50s, reporters had sort of a uniform they wore, including the fedora hat, skinny ties, probably white shirt, not necessarily wearing a jacket, sort of rumbled looking. And then, of course, they had to be smoking cigarettes. The newsrooms back in those days were just a wall of smoke. So the only thing I'm bringing forward to the 21st century is the fedora hat. I was advised briefly at one point in time not to wear it, and I opted to continue wearing it, and on the basis of several people saying, don't get rid of the hat. Some people liked it, so that's why I'm wearing the hat. This show, this year, 2026, is being sponsored by the fine folks in Linglestown, where they're based, Blue Line Pools and Outdoor Living, and this is the kind of stuff they do. Take a look. This is beautiful. Look at that. The lighting, the crystal clear blue water, beautiful sky in the background. Looks like that it is in the Harrisburg area for sure, with the mountains in the background. And I'll give you a look at a couple other things. They do custom pools and custom patios. Here's a look at a custom patio with the lighting. A great place to hang out with friends, family, kick back after work. And then here's the final one we'll look at. Just a simpler design, but not plain Jane. With you see the steps and the stonework, or hardscaping as it's called. This is all brought to you by our sponsor, Blue Line Pools and Outdoor Living. Reach out to them, and they'll work with you no matter what kind of project you want to do. Something very, very simple, just a place where you can take a dip, or something more elaborate like I just showed you. And we're going to bring in our first guest. Not really a guest anymore. There he is, Anthony Cristillo.
Bill.
Yeah.
Bill, what is this, second week of retirement, right?
Start of the second week, yes.
You look different. You look, I don't know. You just look, you look like a refreshed man now.
Refreshed.
Did you get new glasses?
I did. I spent $20 today and got 3 of these readers.
Wow. Man, I tell you, you're a new man. Red sweater.
the red sweater. I mean, I'm going all out.
You're crazy.
Well, Anthony,
how about those pools and hardscape that Jason and his company do? You get
beautiful.
Something like that done at your house, you'll never have to go on vacation. I mean, why would you leave your backyard?
Well, I don't know. We added a new dog to my family.
I'm going to talk to you about that tomorrow morning. I
do want to
listen. Because I got a lot to say, and you only give me a little bit of time. I'm going to talk to you about the whole dog thing. That's crazy.
Okay. Okay. What do you want to talk about?
Your hat of the day. You haven't done it on TikTok lately.
I know, it's becoming a hat every once in a while series. Oh, what is that hat?
Look at that.
Get a little closer. What is it?
Trump 2016, make America great, baby. I got this when John DeSanto and I, when he was running the first time.
Okay.
And we went to all the rallies, and we didn't go in. John worked those lines for all the people to working the lines for Dauphin County and Perry County residents. And at the I think I got this one at the rally down at the farm show. I was outside and bought that camouflage hat. That cost more than your fedora.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my throwback.
Anthony, we do want to mention that you are an entrepreneur, and you're currently involved with Riverview Clean Fill,
Yep.
LLC,
Okay.
73
All right.
Woodland Road, south of Halifax.
Yeah, it's
And
3 miles up, just north of the Clarks Ferry Bridge. So stay
yeah,
on
South
147.
River Road. South River Road. That's what it is.
Yeah, you stay on 147, and it's 3 miles from where the Clarks Ferry Bridge goes.
Yeah,
Meets.
there's a sign as you go up the hill in that section. There's a sign on the left. You turn in.
Yeah.
That's where you'll find the
Clean fill dump
just
site.
explain very simply what is clean fill. It's sort of a oxymoron of sort. Yeah, clean fill. How can dirt be clean?
Well, it's non-hazardous material. So it's
Okay.
dirt, stone, concrete with rebar, blacktop, yard waste, stumps, wood, firewood, no construction debris, no lumber, no trash.
Yeah.
So just think of a landfill. I'm a clean fill.
Yeah, and if you do go up to the site, please stay away from the edge of the cliff on the back end of that dump.
Well, it depends on who you are.
There's a big drop down to the river.
Yeah, well, we own the whole way into the river, but the clean fill part where we're filling in is way distance from the river. So
yeah. Well,
the views are beautiful. Check out our Facebook page. Look at some of the pictures we took last week. Monday, I was up there after the snowstorm plowing, and we got the site open for customers. Took some pictures. It was beautiful. It's beautiful all the time.
Let's get back to the dog. But I wanted to let everyone see this. Pet Authority.
Oh yeah.
They're in. They were what? In where were they at before the
Union Deposit? Oh, they bought the old garden association or whatever it was, right?
Yeah, right up from Hornig's Hardware.
Yeah.
And our new dog's name is Sandy, and we had to take Sandy in to get her toenails cut. Mm-hmm. And they take you in right away. I mean, it costs $14. Within 10 minutes you're out of there, and your dog's happy with some good nails.
All right. Well, that's good. What kind of dog is Sandy? Sandy with a Y or an I?
Well, it's my wife's dog. She says Y.
Okay.
I would like Sandee. I would like Sandy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But anyways, yeah, she's a rescue dog, mixed breed. And there may be some husky in her. That's about all I can tell you.
Yeah, that's what you needed over there was another dog. That's exactly what you needed. Thursday night this week, I was reminded, Fred sent me a text. Fred Hoover, Ken Mangold, both sent me a text. Or Fred sent the text.
Yeah, well, tell people what's happening Thursday at
World War
Legion.
II round table at the American Legion, 7:00, February 5th. That's the 5th, right? Yeah.
Do you know who the guest speaker is this week or this month?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't told that. But so that's the World War II roundtable. They say it's very well attended. So wanted to get that out there. It used to be held down in Hershey. Now it's held at the Legion here in Linglestown.
So what else is on your mind? I know you're going to the township meeting tomorrow night.
I'm going to go to the township meeting again tomorrow night. And Bill, my boss, just walked through here. She's checking me out, wondering what I'm saying. I'm going to the township meeting tomorrow night. I want to find out if they're going to get rid of that crazy resolution that I think Robin, brought to the board, and they passed by 3 of them voted
4 to 1.
Right?
I think it was 4 to 1.
Oh, I thought Charlie and Katie voted against it.
It could be. I do remember that Dr. Stewart did vote against it.
Anyway, I want to find out if they're going to rescind that, because that money, part of that money, could be used to pay for a salary for a new economic development person.
Yeah.
Because as Eric Kessler pointed out, that's very important. We need that.
Yeah, I got some new updates about the mall later in the show. So make sure don't go to bed after this.
I'm going to bed. What time is it?
It's only a little bit after 7.
It's dark outside. It's dark. I'm in bed.
Well, before you shuffle off to bed, what does your sweatshirt say?
Muscles Marinara. It's an Italian restaurant and gym.
Where's that at?
Brooklyn, New York.
So I take it you were there.
No, I wasn't there. It's a made-up place, and I get this from one of the Italian websites I buy some sweatshirts from. But
All right.
yeah,
Any
it's made up.
updates on Trattoria 820?
What do you want to know?
Well, everyone is asking me, where is this place?
Well, that's hush hush. But we'll be having a one of our Monday nights very soon.
Yeah.
We'll be broadcasting live from Trattoria 820. He's putting out a spread like you wouldn't believe.
And I understand Trattorias don't give full meals. It's sort of you sample things. Is that right?
Well, that's what makes him even better than a real Trattoria. Is those meals are real meals, full meals.
Okay. Well, see, your presence on the show is expanding my horizons because I never heard of a Trattoria before.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's some people wondering, what is a Trattoria? So before you head out, what is a Trattoria?
Well, I'm going to let you Google that. I'm almost ashamed that you don't know that.
Anthony, you know where I dine.
We're going to have a quiz tomorrow morning at St. Thomas.
I get reservations at Sheets.
Oh my gosh. I'm taking you out.
And I'm very excited about checking out.
You went to dinner the other night.
I did. I went to the Copper Pub.
Yeah. You had a good meal.
I got fish tacos.
Yep.
And the biggest thing about Copper Pub, you can get when they give you wine, right? You order a glass of wine, they fill it up almost to the brim. $5.
That's a good place.
$5.
That's a good place. Yeah, Robin's the manager over there. She does a great job. That's a real good place. I'm telling you, when they have their potato soup, if that's ever on the menu, soup of the day.
Yeah.
Get it.
Okay.
It's good. What else? What else do we have going on?
That's it.
The Super Bowl's coming up Sunday. Who do you like?
I'm sticking with my Facebook friend, not a friend, Tom Russell, WHP weatherman. He's a Seahawks fan.
I'm going with the Patriots. I like Mike Vrabel and I like Drake May.
So what position does Drake May play?
He's a quarterback.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm going for them.
All right. Well, we'll have to put some money on it. We'll talk about that at the coffee shop tomorrow.
Okay. What else do we got? Anything else?
Nope. I thank you for your support and providing such good content here on Linglestown Gazette Live, sponsored by Blue Line Pools and Outdoor Living.
Hey, give him a call and get things scheduled now. You know, there's snow out there, but now's the time to do it. I talked to him the other day. I mean, he's running estimates like crazy. So you want to get him before they get really backed up.
So he's experiencing what you experienced with the Fat Man Clothing Company. I mean, when you hooked up with me a number of years ago, your business skyrocketed.
Exploded.
All right. Good night, Anthony. Thanks for your time.
All right. Good night. See ya.
And let's move right over to our next guest, producer. I'm going to add you to the stage.
Bill,
there you go.
I was adding myself and you were taking me out.
Joe Gilloway, thanks for being here.
Certainly.
It looks like it's wintertime in your office, your studio there.
Well, it was wintertime when I was just outside and I just didn't get to taking the hat off yet. So
So what's happening in local sports, Central Dauphin School District sports?
Well, I guess the most successful program at this point is probably girls wrestling.
Oh, really?
I think they're still undefeated. They're ranked either number one in the state or very high in the state. Both the boys and girls basketball teams are doing very well. The boys are number one in the power rankings in the entire district.
Yeah.
And the district comprises Dauphin, Cumberland, Berks, Adams, York, Lancaster, and Lebanon counties. So that's a big area. And the girls are currently number two in the district. Big win over Altoona last week, and I saw that you posted that on Facebook on your page. And Olivia Green is down to, I believe, about 59 points till she reaches 1,000. She should reach it. Boys wrestling, I think they finished third in the district, behind Gettysburg and Wilson. So that's probably all I have for this week, Bill. Really not.
Well, that's fine. Well, let me ask you a question about the girls basketball game when they beat Altoona.
Yeah.
What was that closing sequence like? I saw that Olivia Green made a long shot, a 3-pointer, and then what happened?
Then Sincere Matthews played really good defense. One of the best players in the whole league. Name is Zaylin Nguyen Moore, hyphenated.
And this is for Altoona?
Yeah,
okay.
She got the ball in, and they needed a 3-pointer by this time. And no, this was in regulation.
Okay.
Olivia had tied the game. I'm sorry. And any shot would have won the game. And Sincere Matthews just made it really hard for the Altoona player to get down the court and get up a good shot. So, and then Central Dauphin won in overtime. It was, I mean, you're not going to find more entertainment for $6 than sitting there and watching that game for an hour and a half. That's for sure.
Yeah. Last point would be when do the playoffs start? People might want to follow that.
Tuesday.
A week
from tomorrow. No, a week from tomorrow.
Okay.
The 10th. That would be the Mid-Penn tournament. Only 4 teams make the tournament, 4 boys and 4 girls. And both Central Dauphin girls and boys will be in that tournament, hosting the or representing the Commonwealth division.
Right. So they're going for the Commonwealth crown.
No, they're going for the Mid-Penn Conference crown. Okay, they've already won the Commonwealth division.
All right. If you have time, I would gladly post the when these games are, because I myself have a hard time tracking what's going on.
I don't know when they are. When I know, I just know the date. I don't know the time, and I don't know the sites.
Okay.
So once I do, I definitely will.
Very good. Thanks, Joe, for an update there. Getting right here at the end of the winter season, we're getting into sports and really appreciate that. And now we're going to go into our featured section. No special guests this week. We're going to go right into new news. And first thing, one of the things that journalists do, reporters do, is certainly to keep track of local government. Most people go to fall asleep, whenever you start talking about it. Right. No need to fall asleep this week. There's not a whole lot happening. Tomorrow evening at 7:00 at the Lower Paxton Township Municipal Center. That's at 425 Prince Street in the heart of Colonial Park. Public's welcome to come. The first of 3 meetings this month by the Lower Paxton Township Board of Supervisors. I reviewed the agenda so you didn't have to, and I can tell you there's not much there, although we heard minutes ago Anthony Cristillo and others I'm sure will get up and talk during public comment. That's always can be interesting. Different things come up there that aren't on the agenda. You never know what's going to happen. And it is strange that one of the only action items they have is to approve the emergency declaration that was put in place last week during the snowstorm. I guess they have to vote on it after the fact to make it official.
Okay.
Because I think what that emergency declaration does allows them to go out and hire private snowplow guys and gals and other expenses that really that aren't part of the normal thing to take care of the snow. So that I guess they have to put that on the books so that they can officially pay for those expenses.
So you're saying that there's not an agreement in place, a contract in place?
Yeah. No, when you work with the municipal governments or any government, there's bidding, or if there's not bidding, you have to do requests for proposal to go through. You have to go through those motions. Whenever you cut them out, then they need to put these emergency declarations in place to validate those moves and those expenses.
So Makes Bill, sense? Jeff, yeah, makes sense. Thank you. Jeff Clare wants to know, what is Lower Paxton Township doing for the America's 250th anniversary? Isn't there something that they're kind of discussing right now? Yeah,
there's on, I believe July 4th, the holidays over a weekend. On Saturday, the Lower Paxton Township Foundation, something like that. They're the ones who put on the Chris Kindle Market and the Fall Festival and those kinds of things. They're having an event. I think this is the 3rd or 4th year they've done it around July 4th. But on Sunday, the Township Parks and Recreation Department is planning another event, both of them at Heroes Grove. So there's 2 events, Saturday and Sunday. One the township, the one on Sunday, I'm told, is the one the township's doing. And I guess by default, there's not going to be any kind of fireworks because we're just way too late in getting that put together, and it's not on the agenda right now.
From being at meetings and following meetings and talking to people, I don't think there was kind of like any kind of overwhelming wave of excitement to keep the fireworks. I mean, I'm sure there were people that wanted to keep it. You and I both know people personally that wanted to keep it, but it didn't seem like there was like a great deal of momentum for it. Did it to you?
No, I mean, no one came out to the meeting where I tried to drum some things
there you
up.
go. Right.
So
yeah. Okay.
I think one guy showed up, had some ideas, but that was it. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people. The other thing is a lot of people get into this stuff right at the week before. When are the fireworks? That kind of thing. So
let me read this also, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff Clare. Thank you for joining us. Jeff says the foundation received a $20,000 grant, and I'm assuming that there's like a America 250 Foundation.
I think they're tied to that. I think they're working with that group.
Yeah, I'm just that's my assumption that it's something that tied to that. But that's a nice grant, $20,000. You can do something with that.
Sure. Yeah, and then the school board, Joe, they'll be meeting next Tuesday, the 10th, and that agenda is not posted yet, so I have no idea what they're going to be doing. So we'll look at the school board next Monday. The other thing I promised people, I told people I was going to check into the township issued a form that if the snow plowing operation caused property damage, like messed up your mailbox or they hit a car or whatever, you could file that and seek reimbursement. But there was a contingency tied to it that it had to be done within 24 hours of it happening. So we're getting word about this thing late in the week last week. There's 24-hour period has gone by. I wanted to find out if they're going to have an exception for this snowstorm. I wasn't able to make contact with the Public Works Department. So that'll be on my to-do list again tomorrow. So that's just an update on that. And then a couple of things here on, now that I do have a little bit of extra time, I haven't realized too much of it yet, but now that I'm not working for an employer, I'm transitioning into doing more things with Linglestown Gazette and local journalism. So I'm really grinding to find a way to get community volunteers. And I believe what I'm going to do is rename that more appropriately. What we're looking for are community watchdogs, people who keep an eye on certain meetings. Maybe it's only one meeting a month. That would be fine. If someone wants to do more than that, that's great too. But the key thing is, we've talked about this before, Joe, this is altogether different from getting a reporter or a journalist out there. We're not looking for reporters and journalists. We want watchdogs. So if something significant happens, if there's a major discussion, a major decision, the community watchdogs who are volunteers like I am and you are, Joe, can get that information to the Gazette, and we can transform that information into an article or a short post. So community watchdogs is going to be my new thing. And then again, all we're talking about is maybe picking out 1 or 2 meetings a month, whatever you want to do. Yeah, there's school board meetings, usually 2 a month, but there's also committee meetings. And boy, if we could get those committee meetings staffed and get more information on what happens at that level, that would be great. And there's additional township meetings too, beyond the 3 for the Board of Supervisors. And it's a matter of just being there, taking it in, making a couple mental notes, maybe recording something after the meeting on a phone or some sort of digital recorder, doing handwritten notes, whatever you want to do. So what I'm planning to do is, I know what I'm saying here probably doesn't really tell everyone what they need to know. So I'm going to be putting together what I would call, I'm going to be doing like training sessions, or just little sessions to explain in detail in person. I hope to probably do something right here in the news shed and explain in full detail what's involved.
Kind of a tutorial of sorts, right?
Yeah.
Along the lines of a tutorial.
Yeah, and I'm working with Linda Spots, who just filed a story today. I'm going to be editing a volunteer who's following crime in the township. I gave her what I'm calling it a 15-minute journalism school. when if you want to become a professional journalist, most of them go to J school or journalism school. I gave her a 15-minute, and really, Joe, it was 5 minutes.
That's like Z. That's like Z school.
What kind of school?
Z, like the letter Z. If J is a regular school that you attend, and a 15-minute version of that is Z school.
Yeah, Z school. It's that simple. It shows you how simple it is. It takes me 5 minutes. I don't want to use 5 minutes because that's unbelievable. So I'll go 15 minutes.
So simple.
And so I'll be doing that. But the thing to realize is this kind of thing, I think really, depending on what you're doing in your life, this could add some meaning and purpose because you're going to be helping out the community to keep tabs on things.
Right.
Something to look forward to if you're bored in life and that kind of thing. And
even if you're not bored in life.
Yeah, sure. You want to help out.
Yeah.
And then if the person, I think it's going to be, I'm going to make it very, very simple to be dubbed or named a community watchdog. If you do one thing, if you attend one meeting and successfully turn in whatever information you have, you're going to qualify to be an official community watchdog. We'll give you a press badge. You can wear that if you want to. And if you go to a meeting, some meetings you can actually watch
now, huh?
Yeah, you can watch some meetings at home. You can wear the press badge at home if you want to, but you don't need to, of course. Going to provide a sports or polo shirt with the logo on it, that kind of thing. Possibly a hat, I don't know.
Nice.
And then there'll be occasional gatherings. I know I can work with Royal Winery and go out there. We'll have social gatherings, maybe some stuff on journalism, but mainly just to get together as a group, working together to improve our community. And then maybe occasional outings, a Senators game, a picnic, whatever it may be, just to make it something fun. And already 2 women got together as friends as a result of Linglestown Gazette. Linda Spots and Lisa Hoyer met, and now they do things together. So this is some of the things, an outgrowth of what could happen if you work with Linglestown Gazette. It's not boring. We'll make it fun and be a part of something worthwhile in the community here. So that's just a quick overview. Now, I am also looking to involve local businesses as community partners. I did some, Anthony Cristillo has been helped. He's clearly a community partner. Of course, Blue Line Pools and Outdoor Living, 2 of them. But I did sign I actually have a picture here I can put up here, right here. Yeah, Panacea Healing Arts. They're located on North Mountain Road beside the Turkey Hill.
What the hell of a logo, Bill?
What's that? What is
that
it?
Logo? No,
yeah.
I just said that's a heck of a logo.
Yeah, and they have all kinds of healing arts, massage, and other things. I'm not fully up to speed on it, but they have filed with me their first story, so I'll be getting that up here earlier. But there's a number of professionals that work out of that place. And I'm actually taking advantage of the massage stuff. So the 2 people I met with are Hannah Ray and Kelsey Ramberger. So you'll get to know them over time. That's really beyond people who came in early. This is our first community partner. And last but not least, the Linglestown Softball Association contacted me to see about posting information on Linglestown Gazette, wanted to know if there was a fee. So what I've come up with is a nonprofit membership. And like a nonprofit, like a softball association, they're having a spring registration period. The first time they contact me for stuff on the Gazette, I mean, there's no asking for a donation or anything like that. But if they're going to they want to do it several times throughout the year, the membership would be $50, and that would cover the whole year, up to 12 different submissions. So that one a month. So that's a nonprofit membership. If you have a nonprofit that wants to get information right now, I would say the Linglestown Gazette has approximately 7,500 followers. A lot of our posts get thousands, if not tens of thousands of views, depending on the topic. So there's constant activity, people posting things, sharing things, thumbs up, whatever it may be. There's a lot of activity on Linglestown Gazette since we started back in early 2025. So that's just an update on some of the things we're doing. with Linglestown Gazette.
Sound pretty busy.
Well, yeah, pretty busy. We're sort of formatting things at this point. A couple other things. We'll wrap things up. Joe, we had a situation that cropped up last week, maybe the last 2 weeks, where there was some fake news that caused some activity here in the Lower Paxton Township. Did you catch wind of an Amish deli that had apparently located in the village?
No.
Well, people were blaming PennLive.com. It turns out they didn't post the information. But
Bill, it's not fake news anymore.
What is it?
Alternative facts. Okay. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah, sounds familiar.
What was that White House press secretary's name? The blonde-haired woman?
I don't know.
She got confronted about. She told like a bold-faced lie about something. She goes, "Well, it's not a lie. It's an alternative fact."
Are you talking about the current press?
No. The last one, the blonde.
Okay.
She was good at what she did. Yeah, she was a professional. But so she introduced the world to alternative facts, which is just a much nicer word for lying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it showed. I actually saw it myself before I heard what was going on. It was on. There's Next. You ever hear of the social media platform Nextdoor?
Yes.
It showed up on there. People were writing about. They went out looking for this place, and it turns out the address was the old firehouse in Linglestown. I think it's something like 5901. It's the historic venue now where they hold weddings and other events. That's where the address in the article took them. They couldn't find it. Some people went through the village several times looking for it because the article talked about how great their food was. And so some people are very serious about finding it and frustrated they couldn't find it. And I got a call last week from Sue Gleiter from the PennLive.com, longtime talks
food
about
critic,
critic.
Yeah,
talks about businesses that are opening and all that occasionally. So she called me to see if I knew anything. And she explained to me that she did talk to someone and they verified that this was probably an AI, artificial intelligence story that someone put up there for God knows what reason. I have no reason. I don't know if they're trying to make money somehow. I don't know. But that pointed out the difficulty we're going to have moving forward. And we look at a Facebook page or a website, is it real or isn't it? And I told Sue, well, that's the one advantage of places like Linglestown Gazette, in that if you look at the profile page for Linglestown Gazette, you see my name, you see my phone number, you have an email address. I'm active in the comments.
At least it might be real if it comes from Linglestown Gazette, right?
It should be.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah, I don't understand. I use AI, but I don't understand it, so I don't think I can take advantage.
It's kind of scary, that whole thing to me.
Yeah, they can recreate, music artists, put together videos that look lifelike, different people, so it's going to be a problem. So fortunately for our area, at least for now, if you check on Linglestown Gazette, this is the real deal. And that's one of the advantages of having a local journalist and a local news operation in your town, that you don't have to worry about that as much. So I just wanted to point that out. Joe, we're going to finish up with some new information, or just a recap of a couple things. One is, I forgot to talk about this a few minutes ago. The roundabout was back in the news last week, big time.
Yeah, it was.
With right after the snow, a tractor trailer came in and clipped a pickup truck. And speaking of that, it turns out that allegedly, I didn't confirm it, but I've been told that pickup truck person found out that the driver didn't speak English, and It turns out his insurance is bogus. So now, for whatever reason, no one picked up the name of the company he was driving for. And we'll put
that's picture. Poor. Why wouldn't anybody pick that up?
I don't know. Again, I haven't verified that. That's what I've been told. There's the picture of, this is Leanne Ormsby, who has the Access Agency, insurance agency, right on the square, from her second floor window, looking through a screen. And if you look on the side of the red truck, the tractor or the truck part, you can see a logo there and maybe someone, if this is on Facebook page for Linglestown Gazette, maybe you could pull down this photo and try and interpret what that insignia is below the assigned window.
There has to be a way to figure out at least who owns the truck. I would think.
We just have to have someone be able to work with these photographs.
Now, let me ask you this, Bill. Was that like a kind of a true hit and run type of thing, or?
Oh, it was no hit and run. That guy was stuck there. The pickup truck did not move.
He didn't damage anything, is what you're saying.
I think there was some damage on the truck. Maybe not major damage, but some nevertheless. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean like injure somebody hit and run. I meant like cause property damage and then just take off, that type of
the pickup truck was in the circle, and the tractor trailer driver did not yield and ran right into him. So that and there was another picture that someone took from the other side of the square. Take a guess how many views that thing had.
113,000.
It was over 200,000 views.
Oh my! Oh, I thought I was shooting high there. Wow!
And most of those views were not people from our area.
That's okay. View. Hey, a view is a view is a view, Bill. I guess, right?
Well, we picked up some followers from that for sure.
Yep.
But the thing I wanted, this has been going on. There's been periodic conversations about this square since the summer, whenever I reported that a tractor trailer just smashed down a section of concrete that was just repaired. I've come to some conclusions, so I want to test these out with you, Joe.
Okay.
First of all, when you see things like this, I don't think there's any way, given the setup in our square and Linglestown, that we're ever going to keep all the tractor trailers out of there.
No,
There's just no way.
I agree.
And I think PennDOT, as far as when they took action to look at the signs, and I guess there's those signs that they're putting up to replace the ones that were out in the roadways, still back ordered. They're not there. The digital signs are still there. I think all they're trying to do is reduce the number of trucks that go through there by putting better signage up.
That's the best you can hope for, Bill.
Yeah. So I think the only way you could eliminate it, and the local people don't want to do it, is to redesign in a small way that roundabout circle to allow tractor trailers to come through there more easily. Now they can get through. I'm told they can get, if they go straight down either direction of 39, they can get through that thing pretty well. It's when they have to make the big turn. Let's say they're coming towards the river, they got to turn all the way around that roundabout and then go out North Mountain Road. Those big turns don't work.
Well, then let me ask you this, Bill. Yeah. Why do the overwhelming majority of the trucks get through there just fine? I think it's driver error or driver inattention, because I think we've determined, or the township's determined, that the roundabout has been built with the correct dimensions, right?
Well, yeah, they're within the guidelines. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I think once you start enlarging the roundabout, then you're kind of inviting more trucks to use it, right?
Well, it's been suggested that instead of having the curbing on the inside and the vegetation, that you could redesign that, and so that the trucks could get further in there without
just save the flagpole in there.
Yeah.
Maybe put a little wall around it. You wouldn't want the flagpole to be exposed and have our flag knocked down.
Yeah, they don't get. I don't think anyone's hit the pole, so that seems to be safe. Okay. But yeah, one thing would be to have no turns. You just have to go straight through that intersection. So there's some things that could be considered.
If you're a truck right now, right? If you're a truck.
Exactly. The only other thing that we haven't tried, and I know Eric Kessler, who was involved in designing this thing and working on the project way back when, is to increase our enforcement, to try and get some word out on the streets, especially out at the truck stops, that if you head into Linglestown, you could get ticketed. Of course, that's going to cost you money. I think currently there's more of a notion of educating drivers when they come in there versus ticketing them.
Bill, here's the idea. You deputize someone. You give them not a full police salary, like a grand a week, something like that. They're going to be able to make enough. They're not arrests here. They're going to be able to cite enough trucks, pay for their salary and a whole lot more in it. You'd have to hire a couple of them. You can't have one person just sitting there all week long. But
right.
I mean, I know that's kind of nitpicky and kind of aggressive, but you know what? If you're not breaking the law, then you don't have to deal with this deputized LP township traffic officer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, another last idea I had was one of the reasons they end up in here, Joe, is that they're using consumer grade GPS units instead of the ones we get to pay up that show these obstacles like roundabouts.
Yeah, I was told that too.
So and this is probably overreach, but to try and get our lawmakers to require truckers to use the professional stuff, so they get warned.
Right.
I'm sure this isn't the only place that has obstacles that show up on GPS if you have the right thing.
Jeff Clare said if the driver can't read all the signs in the world, it won't work. So if this is a person that doesn't read English, whether they're a foreigner that doesn't read English or just an illiterate American that doesn't read English, which we have those too, I know for a fact, then yeah, whatever signage that we have, and it should really go back to whoever owns the truck. I mean, if it's a owner operator, it would be the driver in most cases. But yeah, I think a lot of people are probably losing their level of tolerance and compassion for these drivers. You know, that it's time to ticket them. If they don't understand English, that's not on anybody but them. You know,
well, that's something to look into. A lot of people, I don't have the answer. Is can you get a commercial driver's license and not be able to speak English? I mean, I don't know if they to give them some sort of test to check that out.
Celeste Chacon. No, we're not assuming that by putting the signs, everyone can read English, Celeste. That's what we're talking about right now. We understand that not all these drivers can read English. And so I just mentioned, Celeste, if you just jumped in, that there are, I don't know, I don't want to call them foreigners because they could be American citizens that just can't read. I know some American citizens that can't read and write English.
Right.
But it could just be an illiterate American person that just didn't do well in school and never learned to read and write, so.
Yeah, they'll just close down this conversation that, what the core problem is, Joe?
What's
that?
Is
that Route 39, it's not a local road. It's a state highway. All right. And it goes from 81 over to 322. It's connecting two major highways. So you would expect that kind of road to be passable from end to end, instead of having a roundabout place in the beginning. So, PennDOT way back when decided that this is going to work and they were going to make it work. But I think that just the lay of the land, as far as that Route 39, where it's positioned, it was an impossible task to make this thing work from day one. Without, 99% of the time it works great. It moves traffic through there, the roundabouts, compared to what it used to be before when we had the flagpole and two stop signs. I mean, it's wonderful, but it's that 1%, 2%, 3% of the time, whatever it may be, when the trucks come through here, it doesn't work very well at times. So I'm saying they had an impossible task when they took on this roundabout with the size it is in Linglestown. And there's not much we're trying to put Band-Aids on it at this point. That's my conclusion.
Yeah, that's a good conclusion.
Yeah. Last but not least, we're going to talk about another favorite topic here, and that is the Colonial Park Mall. Just to bring people up, I have some more information that I gathered last week. Now we've heard months and months ago that the new owner, and I should have written this name down. It's a foreign name or a name that we wouldn't recognize. But the gentleman who bought it and his company, they specialize in getting malls, Joe, and they put in these trampoline parks. Okay. And what his specialty is, when they put that trampoline park in and make it more of an attraction again, that property, apparently this guy has had some success in turning around malls, malls that were struggling, didn't have spaces filled. Yeah, that's why we want to talk to him. Apparently he has had some success in doing that. That's what he aims to do. And he's aiming to do it now with Colonial Park Mall. I mean, he has real estate agents looking for people to fill those spots.
I You took the words out of my mouth. I was walking in the mall with a friend of mine yesterday and today, and you know that GNC store, that's not a GNC. They just didn't take the sign down.
Right, right.
That's like a variety store.
Yeah.
Like you have a lot of snacks and non-food items. But that guy just moved in recently.
Right.
And he's open like Wednesday through Sunday or something like that. That's why when you said that he's not open all the time, you were right. But from what he said, that the owners are working on getting kind of smallish shops like his. You know what I mean? Maybe not getting the big, well, you're not getting a big box store or anything, but just kind of focusing on getting little guys in there, you know, moms and pops and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's the direction that the owner is looking to take at this time, is to try to fill as many of these properties or what are they called? Stores as they can.
Storefronts. Yeah.
Storefronts.
Yeah. I don't, based on things that were in the press in the past, it doesn't sound like he's interested in redeveloping that property. He wants to get it back. That would be he wants to get it back into a more of a productive mall. Right now, you know, you and I did the count. I mean, after you sent some additional pictures to me, Joe, it looks like there's 15. I have 15.
Okay. Yeah.
And then plus Boscov's. I mean, they're
yes.
They have their own property and do their own thing, but it is connected to the mall.
Yep.
And the newest one is actually along Colonial Road. There's an outside entrance to a place called Flea Flicker. Have you been in there, Joe?
No, I don't. I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's sort of a scale. I mean, major league scaled down Ollie's, except they get most of their stuff. It's like overruns from Sam's Club. And what they're apparently known for, I've seen it, I've been in there a couple of times. They have bins of clothing where it's amazingly cheap, like $5 for whatever. I mean, that's one of their main draws apparently at other stores. There are other flea flickers around the region. And so stuff coming from Sam's Club. And it has sort of irregular hours. It varies depending on their inventory. So that's their newest store.
Okay.
So that takes care of that. But as far as the last thing I want to talk about, the mall, and this is where having an economic development director and then eventually a economic development authority in Lower Paxton Township, why it's going to be needed potentially. You know, if this owner isn't able to turn it around, as far as taxes and fees that this mall, Colonial Park Mall, generates, it's estimated to be north of $800,000 a year. Now that's for sewer, stormwater, and they're one of the biggest stormwater fees in the township with all that big parking lot, and then property taxes. The biggest, we don't know at this point because there's been no information passed along. I guess I could find it, whether the owner has paid the property taxes this year at this point or not. You know, I think they give you a 2-year window to pay your taxes before they take it to sheriff's sale. And this particular property is nearly going to sheriff's sale at least once, maybe multiple times. So they don't always pay it on time. But when it comes to property taxes, Central Dauphin School District would be on the hook for $340,000 if they don't pay it eventually, or go out of business or walk away from the property. Dauphin County, $177,000, and Lower Paxton Township, $53,000. So I mean, especially with the school district, I mean that's a chunk of money if that money doesn't flow at some point. And I would bet that a lot of the people in these positions, again, don't pay it right away. They sometimes take it right out to the last day before they pay this stuff. So major impact financially, beyond it being sort of centerpiece of Lower Paxton Township. So I wanted to, that's new information. Basically an $800,000 generator of fees and taxes. That's a major deal there. So that's all I have on the mall, and sort of my pitch one more time for the township. the supervisors to, take immediate action. That I think they're going to have to revise the budget, because the budget that was approved for 2026 does not include an economic development director. You remember you were at that meeting. They said they zeroed that line out.
Yeah.
So they'd have to open up the budget and fund that position. Not a big deal to do it, but that's something they would have to do, and then find someone, and then work with potentially Laura Kurtz or someone like her to help develop a economic development authority. Long story short, economic development authorities usually bring people in that know how to market these properties. You can do some networking, provide promotional information, so they can sell the property. No one's selling Lower Paxton Township now out in the business world. And then the other thing, there are state programs, economic development programs, that they work with development authorities. And I think it may be hard to get it if you don't have an authority that's dedicated to economic development. So that's one of my big things. Every time, I'm not able to go to tomorrow night's meeting, but every time I show up, I think I'm going to get up and say, look, let's take action. If not now, next meeting, let's put it on the agenda. Hold a public hearing if you want to, and have the public come in and tell you whether they want to have an economic development authority. Do they want to stimulate something happening with that mall? Have you been watching the comments? I know Jeff's been weighing in. Jeff Clear.
Yeah. I've read most of his comments. He just the upkeep is $125,000 a month. That one just came in. That's a lot, and they are keeping it up very well. They have real live plants that they keep growing, and the floors seem clean. And then he says, how long does the township think the owner will stick around? Yeah, that's a good question. And then it goes into disrepair, and then the taxes pile up, and then they don't pay the taxes, and then who owns the property once the taxes aren't paid? I guess the bank. There's
been horror stories around our state of malls that have just been let go, and then vagrants go in there, and young kids and all kinds of people go in there and mess around. Right. So it becomes a public safety issue. And Jeff's saying about Sears, there's all kinds. I mean, we weren't going to get into this tonight, but there are some complicating factors with this. Maybe the next time we'll talk about that. Maybe even Jeff would like to come on. Because it's not the simplest thing to try and do, because of various things going on with ownership of properties and things going on underneath the ground and all kinds of stuff. So that'll be another time. That about wraps it up, Joe, unless you have something.
I do, Bill.
Go ahead.
How about this? This and That, the podcast, in conjunction with Linglestown Gazette.
There you go.
That's you, Bill. Linglestown Gazette. We are interviewing two members of the Central Dauphin School District Board. Are they called? I think they're called directors.
School directors. Yeah.
School directors. Yeah. And big stuff on the menu tomorrow night. We're going to talk about the population boom in it would be the 7 townships and boroughs that comprise Central Dauphin School District. I think 6 of the 7 have been growing at a pretty aggressive rate. But that causes the need for more space, whether you're building onto something, whether you're doing new builds or buying existing buildings. And there's some people in the area that don't understand that. And I know I sound like I'm siding with the district, but I mean, something has to be done, when you just keep adding more kids, more students. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow night. One of the things. We're also going to talk about the pending full day kindergarten situation. That's going to happen soon. And then some other housekeeping items. We're going to kind of give our guests, the school board directors, the floor. And, you and I have some questions planned, but, ask them what they want to talk about also. And they're excited. They're excited to be a board. They're excited to be productive and to be making a lot of positive things happen for the district. And we're going to allow them to talk about some of those things tomorrow night, Bill. And then you'll be with me for this one too. This is just a This and That, the podcast. We're going to have meteorologist Tom Russell on Thursday. So we have Tuesday, Thursday, This and That, the podcast. And tomorrow night, it will be running on Linglestown Gazette and This and That, the podcast Facebook pages.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to both those. This will be the first time that I've talked at length with Tom Russell. I've run into him in various places, and I'm a friend of his on Facebook. And like to, I ask him weather questions, ask him why he's rooting for the Seahawks and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we're going to ask him how much is a meteorologist actually a meteorologist, and how much is he or she just a newscaster that brings the meteorology reports to the viewers. Okay. And I don't want to talk about it right now. We want Tom Russell to inform us. You know what I mean? Because that's been a kind of a question out there for ever since I remember. You know, how much are these guys like scientists? What kind of level of education? What sort of major they were in college, or are they just reading off of a teleprompter? So we'll find out. But this guy's much more than just a meteorologist. He's like a local host and MC of like real big functions like galas and stuff like that. So
I would encourage anyone that especially if you can't watch on Thursday night, check out his Facebook page. He's very, very entertaining. It comes up with all kinds of stuff.
Yep, I'm on his Facebook page.
Yeah. Joe, thanks for your time again. Thanks for everyone that tuned in. This is Linglestown Gazette Live. We're sponsored by Blue Line Pools and Outdoor Living, based on North Mountain Road in Linglestown. They're ready and willing to sit down with you and talk about your project. As soon as you have an idea, check out their office on North Mountain Road. We'll see you next week. If I don't have the schedule, and then we change it Mondays at 7:00. If something significant comes up, I may pop on another time. But
Bill, you want to walk tomorrow at the mall?
Let's see. Tomorrow.
Can you? I figure we'll just handle personal stuff here on your show, if you don't mind.
Sure. What's that?
I said I figure we're trying to handle our personal issues on the show. I would like to walk at the mall with you tomorrow, exercise a little bit.
What time?
11:00.
Okay, I can come over for a little while. I have a standing lunch on Tuesday, but I'll come over at 11.
Okay, come over for as long as you can, and I'll just keep up after you leave.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
I'll meet you up there by the Sears entrance, all right?
All right. Sears entrance. Okay. We'll see you there and see everyone next Monday, if not before. Take care.
Good night, everyone. Take care.